Kyle the Pug.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kyle the Pug podcast, episode number 21. I am pretty hyped about this week, and it's a very good reason, too, because we are kicking off birthday week on stream for the podcast. So if you guys are watching this on the Twitch side, or if you're watching like a replay of it, hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I am very hyped up, and I will explain why. It's not just for the birthday, but I am super hyped to talk about a lot of things here before we actually get started with today's show. And not only that, though, Batman is here with us. The usual suspect. What's going on, dude? How you doing?
Oh, you know, life as usual.
You're making me hungry with the pizza, I know that. He's making me hungry, man.
I'm trying to hold off making bites in the middle of my comments, but it's so tough to do that.
Oh, what kind of pizza did you get, though? What kind of pizza did you get? I'm actually...
I feel awful now because I'm actually going to describe the pizza to you. You're like, oh, stop it. Please stop it.
Please do.
Okay, so you know how they do those $8.99 thingamabobbers or what have you?
Oh, the 99 cent?
No, it's $8.99.
Oh, $8.99. I was going to say 99 cents for a two-topping pizza. I was like, damn, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?
Here's a guy that gets a cheap pizza.
I was gonna say, where the hell did I gotta check this place out.
Oh my god, that would be the best pizza place and the most filled up pizza place. COVID-19 would not survive that place.
Oh, obviously not. But yeah. Inform me on this pizza.
So this pizza, it was a medium 2-topping. So it's I got with bacon, premium chicken, and the it's actually a garlic Parmesan sauce. My brother actually got me.
Did you get this at Domino's, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I figured it because I thought in my head it was 2-topping mediums because I have the online thing where I actually make my make my own toppings as well. So I usually do the online orders. Usually 60 points of pizza gets you a free pizza, but you still got to pay for like taxes and such. But
well,
not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
They'll do the robust inspired tomato sauce, which is the typical default sauce, but. I should say actually my brother's staff member, because he was a manager at that particular place, told me that you should try garlic white Parmesan sauce. I'm like, white Parmesan? Ugh.
That actually is really good. Like, your brother is actually right. I agree. It sounds gross at first, but once you actually try it, it's actually bomb. It's bomb.
Once you try it, you will never go back to another type of pizza or sauce.
Like,
that is amazing.
Yeah, because the pizza place, like the local pizza joint, like the New York style over here where I'm at, it usually has like, chicken pesto sauce kind of pizza. It's actually pretty good. Yeah.
That sounds good, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to visit you over there.
It's super expensive. Like, the large pizza is like, it's like $40 for like a large pizza and a family salad. That's like, how much is that? Like, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like $45 with a family salad, right? Yeah, $45 with like it's so good though. Don't get me wrong, but it's super expensive.
Good. Yeah, that's the way it should be. You paid that much, it should be the most amazing thing you've ever tasted in your life.
Well, a New York style pizza, of course, it's going to be expensive, but yeah.
Yes.
We sometimes order from there like every so often, like as a special treat, but and on certain holidays if we wanted to like have like a feast or something for like dinner. Not Thanksgiving, obviously, and Christmas, barring those holidays, but like Halloween, like my birthdays, I guess you could probably add Easter in there. But other than that, it's just regular holiday dinners are just like for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that. But yeah, I'm like super hungry now that you mentioned the Domino's, because usually no, it's okay, it's perfectly fine, it's perfectly normal. But for my toppings, I usually get pepperoni and olive, like black olives. Like, a lot of people don't like black olives for whatever reason. And at least, well, for me, I love black olives on like any sort of pizza. It's actually really, really good. But my favorite topping, other than black olives, non-meat pepperoni, whatever the case you can put on there, it's jalapenos. 100%
Oh, that's
jalapenos. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
like I love like a spicy pizza. You put pepper flakes on there just to like kind of spice it up a little bit, and then just bam. It's a heart attack waiting to happen, but it's so good.
You know, I just might do the jalapeno peppers on the instead of the bacon next time. Honestly, just to have the chicken and the jalapeno. That might actually sound really. That actually sounds really good.
Actually, the cheesy bread, they actually have a bacon and jalapeno for their cheesy bread if you wanted to like go that route. So I don't know if it's a little more expensive, but I think that and the regular cheesy bread, that's like kind of like the same price. But yeah, it's super spicy, but yet so gooey and cheesy at the same time. It's like I died and went to heaven. Like Domino's actually has really good. I think I prefer their cheesy bread over the pizza. I mean, their pizza's good. Don't get me wrong. Like when they do it right. But the cheesy bread, I don't know what it is about it, but it's so super gooey and good. And wow, I'm kind of making myself hungry just talking about this on the podcast. But I'm just like in love with it, you know?
Yeah,
it's
really, really good.
Yeah, I feel like that's like one of their best things over there, just the cheesy bread. I could like order like 3 loaves of cheesy bread and I could be like full off of just one. I could just save the other 2 for like 2 days after that. But that's just me though. But anyways, wow, 10 minutes. We've already been talking about pizza. Yeah, I mean that's a good way to start off. But hey, nothing better than talking about food on the podcast to make everything everybody hungry.
Mm-hmm. Get people
talking. But what's good with you, man? What's your backlog looking like? How's your backlog on after a week of last episode?
I still have to post a bunch of. I know I got super busy this week and I couldn't post the video, but I still have that reaction video to the Avengers. I need to post for their war table, and then also there's a couple of reveals that I did videos for their first DLC, and actually one that I'm going to be doing today to release at the day after the second video to or today. I probably could do it today too, just release them all one time.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
I heard it was getting mixed reviews though that I saw on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like some people are actually liking it, and some people are like, no, they could have been better. It's gonna bomb. But hey, if you enjoy it though, then that's the prime ticket.
It looks really incredible, and you'll probably see it in the video I post. My reaction, I'm absolutely like floored, about excited how what they're doing, especially for the beta. The beta looks like it has at least about 4 hours worth of great gameplay, not just the demo itself, but you can do like the training room to kind of get used to the.
Now, is this a closed beta or is this going to be open?
It is going to be the first weekend. This weekend will be the closed beta for those who pre-ordered. Then the following weekend it'll be an open beta for.
Oh, okay. I might actually check out the open beta for that. I'm actually super interested in looking at it. Maybe we can definitely play it sometime, like during the beta. Like I usually don't what would I say, like buy certain games, I guess you can probably say, until like I wanted to try like a beta version for that, and I was like this kind of like the same, Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty games are like you pre-order the beta, you pre-order a game to get the closed beta, and then I guess it's like after a week you get the open beta. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I could see similarities with it, like pre-ordering wise, so it kind of makes sense. So closed beta first weekend, open beta second weekend, and then that's where like Xbox gets it on the second. I don't know. I'm just probably like blabbering out of my mouth, just spewing nonsense, but that's just how I normally see video games, like especially like with betas. But I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. Why did I talk like Mario? I don't know. That's me, Mario. But we were talking about pizza earlier, so I mean, I kind of have that rubbing off into me somehow. But
I should say this: the open beta is actually, I take that back. Well, no, actually no. Okay, so this is weird. This is how they put it. So August 7th through the 9th, it's PlayStation pre-order beta only. I guess, and the PS4 people are getting honestly the betterment of this deal, honestly, especially with the DLC that they just dropped today. That's I guess they confirmed it. Then the 14th through the 16th, it's Xbox and PC's pre-order beta can join the PlayStation Open Beta people. So it's weird. So the for Xbox and PC, whoever pre-order on that, they have to wait till the second week to get it, exclusive for the pre-orders. But then for PlayStation people, the following week after they have their pre-order specific one, it's open to PS4. So, and then the last week, the 21st to the 23rd, everybody can play it.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But
and I kind of break down. I won't bore people with the details on here because I could just do it to the video. In the video, I would do breakdown.
You'll definitely have the video up for sure. You'll kind of do like a breakdown sort of thing. But yeah, I'm pretty intrigued into like actually trying out like the open beta for it because something new and something.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I remember that too. Wait, did they actually bring that back?
So they linked. No, well, it's not the same thing that they were doing. That I wish it was back, but they actually said that, and this will be in obviously the video as well, but I'm gonna put it out here on the podcast too for people who don't get a chance to watch the video or just don't choose to watch the video. If you finish the beta, you earn a Hulk Smasher pickaxe with a bonus Hulkbuster style pickaxe in Fortnite. So basically, it's a Hulk fist or the Hulkbuster fist as your pickaxe. For
I remember
Fortnite,
seeing a picture of that on Twitter. I don't remember what the account was, but I actually did remember seeing that.
Yeah, but I think you grab the Hulk Smasher pickaxe with the bonus Hulkbuster style in Fortnite when you complete the 3 harm room challenges. So it's not just if you finish the beta you get it. You have to complete 3 harm room challenges in the Marvel Avengers beta to do that. So they make it a little interesting. So they kind of force your hand to not just do the beta itself, but actually practice your skills in the harm room. And harm room is basically just the place where you can practice as every single hero, like the Iron. In this beta, I think it's specific to Iron Man, Hulk, Miss Marvel, and Black Widow.
Yeah, Captain Marvel, you mean?
No, it's Miss Marvel. Captain
is
Marvel's
it?
Actually,
oh,
Miss Marvel
okay. I thought it was okay. No, like they threw a curveball.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I see the game.
Yeah,
Not really,
Captain
but
Marvel, nobody would want
see
to
it
play
mentally.
With anybody else but her. But,
she just wanted to trademark that, just like bam. No, that's my character. Nobody's stealing that trademark.
But like we discussed in the last podcast, cheap pop for the last episode, it's going to be. They have a big double shoes to fill with because Marvel Spider-Man was such a huge success. And they really got to step their game. And so far, from what I'm seeing, it looks like they're gonna.
Didn't they add Spider-Man? I was gonna say, didn't they add Spider-Man to the beta also?
That is the thing that was.
That's why everybody, because everybody was complaining about that too.
But here's the thing, though, is that the creators were saying that it's not gonna be coinciding with the Marvel Spider-Man from the game, from its own franchise. That is its own franchise in itself. Whereas the Avengers have their own version of him, so it's almost like the Spectacular Spider-Man version will be in this game. But I think he will be after the first DLC, so he's going to come at a later time. And they kind of tease those mechanics in the early gameplay, showing Miss Marvel do like a quote-unquote web-swinging motion for that particular.
I mean, I guess it's whatever works.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all they'll be in the breakdown. So
yeah, but I guess I could definitely see myself, as I mentioned before, playing the beta for this game. I might like it, may not like it. I probably might like it. Like I can see myself liking it in the future. But Penguinator, who usually is on the podcast, so we would get his thoughts, but he is dealing with some weather issues. Well, he's not under the weather, but I mean, he kind of is under the weather, but he's not sick. But he's been dealing with some hurricane issues, hurricane warning, so he can't be on the show at least for this week. So, Penguinator, if you're watching this or listening to this right now, we love you, man. Stay safe, all that good jazz. So. Whew, okay, now, where do I begin? Oh my god, I have a lot to talk about for the backlog because there's a lot of games that I'm playing on my backlog, which will probably take like 5-10 minutes to talk about, so I hope you guys are ready for this. So, alright, so I'm going to keep this one short and sweet, though, for the first one. I beat Ocarina of Time Master Quest. I beat the original Ocarina of Time a long time ago, but I never beat Master Quest until last night. So I didn't get everything 100%. I'm actually close to like 100%ing everything on there. You know, get gold Skulltulas, all the heart pieces, all that jazz. And I'm actually like, I did beat the game. I beat Ganondorf, flawless boss fight, as Ice would say. You know, just a flawless boss fight. But yeah, I mean, it brought back a lot of memories though, playing, you know, like from Ocarina time, and I mentioned before, it was probably one of my favorite games ever, and playing Master Quest, and which was funny because I played Master Quest on my PC with an emulator, playing with a PS4 controller. I kid you not. I was playing the game with a PS4 controller, and the button layout that I did, I was super comfortable with it. Like, I don't know what it was, but it kind of felt good playing on a PS4 controller. It's just kind of weird. Like, imagine yourself playing a Nintendo 64 or any Nintendo game for that matter with a PS4 controller, like emulating PC, you know, whatever. Doesn't that sound what's the word I'm looking for? Counterintuitive? I don't know if I said it right, but I'm horrible like at pronouncing words. I'm sorry, but like, doesn't that seem like kind of ironic in a way? Just if you had to play like a Nintendo game with a PS4 controller, would you see yourself doing that or no? I just want to ask you.
I mean, just because I'm so used to playing a PS4 controller and not PC. I mean, I did grow up playing PC games, but never really as a professional, thing to entertain people with.
Yeah.
But yeah, just because of the comfortability of me being with a PS4 controller for the longest time, for years, I actually tried playing a PC Battle Royale game one time, and I couldn't keep myself together. Well, I played Dead by Daylight on PC, and I was so lost. I'm like, this is so crazy. I don't know what I'm doing.
But I was I tried to play Master Quest on a keyboard. I couldn't do it, so I had to just like, you know what, I'll just hook up my controller and then play it from there. But yeah, got that out of the way. So did enjoy it. I actually, how many hearts did I have? 18 hearts, I think, and I was like 18 and a half, so I probably needed like 6 more heart pieces to collect the full set. And I think 29 more gold Skulltula spiders that you gotta find all over the game, and like dungeons and overworld and all that. And and I think I gotta capture 2 more big Poes to get the big Poe chase when you're adult Link. Oh my god, on horseback, it is the worst when it comes to that. It's so irritating because you try to you chasing them on your horse, right, Epona, and you have to shoot the ghosts. Like, you can't lock onto them, so you gotta like shoot the ghosts with your bow and arrow while you're like galloping after them, and it's so hard to aim because they're kind of like, you know, unpredictable with their movement, and if you mess up like one time, the ghosts just like get away. So that's just like, it's so awful. It's so bad. I had to save state a couple of times, and yes, emulating, I kind of save stated a little bit just in case like I messed up, and thank God that was there. Otherwise I kind of would be in a world of hurt afterwards. But yeah, that was just it was a fun experience. Like I said, it's if you guys haven't played Ocarina of Time or Ocarina of Time Master Quest, because the difference between the two, and I said this before on last podcast, was that the dungeons are a little bit more complex and harder. Everything else is just like regular story, regular everything. So that's the only difference between, you know, Ocarina of Time dungeons and Master Quest dungeons. So just wanted to inform everybody because they're a little bit harder. And, you know, like what I mean by complex, it's a little more difficult. And some of the areas, like I said, they were difficult. The last part of Ganondorf's castle, there were some areas that kind of switched up their puzzles a little bit, but yeah, it was some of the areas were difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Leading up, well, of course, like I said, you know, leading up to the final boss, whatever, because I knew how to take out the final boss. In the words of Ice, like I said before, you know, flawless boss fight. So, really happy with that. But, alright, so the next game I've been, also been playing and moving on to, which is, let me see if I can actually, find, well, this is actually one of them. I haven't started on this one yet, but I did get Paper Mario, the Origami King, which is one game I'm definitely going to play. I've seen a lot of people play it. And once I'm done with the other game I am currently working on, I am going to play this because everybody is saying it's a really good Mario game. So I will be on the grind for that. And I think I possibly... yeah, here it is, right over here. The game that I'm currently playing right now, before I get to it, I'm kind of like exposed a little bit, but which is right here. Luigi's Mansion 3. I am playing that also, which... these are just 2 out of the 3 games I actually got for my Switch for some birthday presents. So, Luigi's Mansion 3, really fun game. Recommend playing it. And the other game, I'm not playing it yet, but Curly will be playing it soon. Smash Brothers Ultimate. I finally own a Smash Brothers game again. I finally have it. Which I will probably have super fun with this as soon as... like, it wouldn't feel right, though, playing with Joy-Cons, though. You gotta actually have, like, one of those Nintendo Switch Pro controllers. I don't know, it might be just me thinking about it, because a lot of, like, racing online, fighting online, a lot of these people, like, use, like, Pro controllers to play their games with, so I wanted to, mention that also, which kind of makes sense, though, at least to me, because I usually play, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield, I can do, like, a Joy-Con, play on Joy-Cons, like, no problem. Like, I could just, like, kind of, like, hook these up, which I have, like, a little gamepad for it to hook up. I'll show this off right here. This is what I usually hook up the Joy-Cons to. And usually I can play on that, no problem, but... I mean, with Smash, but it wouldn't really feel right, honestly. So, I could definitely try to invest, maybe getting a Pro controller sometime soon. But, who knows? But, and the real thing I'll actually want to talk about here... Oh, man, if you guys haven't seen my Twitter, I actually pinned my tweet this morning. And if we were talking about emulations from earlier, oh, baby, I'm so excited that finally the drought is over. The drought is over. I'm so excited to play this. So, I downloaded Dolphin Emulator. So if you guys don't know what Dolphin Emulator is, it's a Nintendo GameCube emulator. You can download for free, and you can play like any sort of Nintendo games on there, like any GameCube, Wii games, whatever the case may be. And I finally am going to... Yep, exactly. It was like the Rock moments. Finally. I am going to play The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. First time ever, boys. You heard it first. Like, well, not really heard it first, though, but you kind of heard it first on Twitter. Now I'm saying this for the second time on the podcast. Oh, my God. I feel like a curse has been lifted for, like, the first time ever. Which, I will get to it. Like I said, I'm going to get to that because it's downloaded on my emulator. But I have other games I want to complete first before I get to it. So it's kind of, like, in the queue. Like, it's third in the queue, which, like, of course, the other 2 games ahead are Paper Mario and obviously the one I'm playing, Luigi's Mansion 3. And I will definitely get to that, because I'm going to be asking for a lot of help with that game. I'm going to be DMing some people that are experts on the game, saying, oh, what do I do with such and such? And then, and I'm going to make a thread on Twitter, which I will be constantly updating where I'm at every time I play the game. So, yeah, if you have notifications on for my Twitter account, be prepared for a lot of photos. That's all I have to say. Oh, my goodness, but I'm super happy. I am honestly super happy that I'm playing this. I feel like a heavy burden has been lifted. And it was great, too, because it's a birthday week, and it's kind of a cool little early birthday present for myself. So, I'm super happy with that. Oh, man, so...
I can see your Zelda fan friend Rebecca slapping her head, going, "What?
No,
she haven't played this."
No, she knows I haven't played it. So, but she knows I'm gonna play it though here in a little while.
Shout out to the PSPG crew.
Oh, just the Nintendo people in general.
Yeah.
Just probably one of the greatest Nintendo friends I've ever met in, like, ever. Oh, my God. But, yeah, at the end of the day, I am super excited. But, and there was actually one game that I kind of was playing around with, which, I almost forgot to mention this. I know it was part of the Gamer Trials, like, a free trial of it for, like, until, I guess it's, like, until tomorrow, I guess, so it's kind of, like, cutting off. It was Pokken Tournament. Now, if you don't know what
Yeah.
Pokken Tournament is, I think Matt knows what Pokken Tournament is. But if you guys don't know what it is, it's a Pokemon fighting game. And to be honest, that game is actually kind of fun. It's not something that, I mean, it's not one of my favorite games, but I've kind of messed around with it a little bit. It's super fun. I actually do enjoy it, which, because you can pick a certain number of Pokemon. You can actually pick one of the Pokemon to actually fight along with. You can actually change your Pokemon partner anytime through the story mode because, I don't know, this is just me. I went with Suicune just because, he was in the game. And, hey, and I'm not switching off of him, and he's actually not that bad of a fighter. He's, especially for like a four-legged beast, he's actually pretty, I think he's like only one of the only, I think, the legendaries that are like available, I guess, to, if you wanted to like put long story short, he's one of the legendary Pokemon to fight. I think he's the only one in there that you could use to fight with. And I think I might be wrong though, but I have to, because I know there's a Pikachu with a Lucha Libre wrestling skin, not wrestling skin, but like a wrestling costume, because he's wearing all and I guess one of the special moves he has though, it's basically there's like, if you hit your target, there's a ring. They create a wrestling ring, and he jumps up on the turnbuckle and does like a moonsault and does like a bunch of it's like an electric moonsault, and it does like a,
I think I saw that. That's
like
funny.
it's a ton of damage, which is super funny.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's kind of a nice little niche of a game though. I do enjoy it a lot. Like I don't know. It's not gonna last. It's good. The trial's gonna expire, I think, tomorrow. So if you wanted to check that out, you can go for it, for those who are listening live on the Twitch side. But if you guys are seeing this on YouTube, I'd like I said, probably like right around Wednesday when I get everything taken care of. It's probably not going to be there. So that's like the fourth wall break right there. So yeah, so if you guys want to go play it now, definitely go play it.
Now.
Like I said, I give it like a 8, like a solid 8 for the game. I think my lowest rating would probably be maybe like a 7.7 because of its being outclassed by the main Pokemon series game. But like I said, I definitely would probably go back to it over and over. But I'll probably put it on the shelf for right now for the backlog, because I did kind of mess around with the story mode for a little bit, which, like I said, I got other games ahead of me I got to play, and I also need to finish Super Metroid, and Penguinator's going to get on my case about that if I don't finish Super Metroid. But there's a couple people I know that actually do play that though, and kind of do take that game seriously. Which, like I said, it's understandable. I mean, the graphics are well made and all that jazz, and everybody does enjoy it. But I'll get to it when I can. But all right. Well, on that note, we're going to let's see how many. Okay, 32 minutes in. Okay, we got. I think we blabbed on enough on what have we been up to. So let's get to some news here. Let's get to some what's going on in the world of video games. And the main thing that actually dropped, at least as of this week, is the state of play for the PlayStation's Direct returns this Thursday, ironically on August 6th. Pug birthday. Kind of ironic. So basically, state of play is returning with a focus on third-party published games coming to PS4 and PSVR, and they'll have a few PS5 game updates on third-party and indie titles when you last saw at June's PS5 showcase, but there's going to be a lot more to it than most people realize. But the episode is weighing in on 40-plus minutes, so this is going to be a 40-plus minute PlayStation Direct showcase. So basically, they're going to have a great lineup in store featuring plenty of new gameplay footage and other game updates, and they can't wait to have everybody's thoughts on it. So basically, this is going to be a third-party sort of a PlayStation Direct, in other words. So anything you're excited about, Matt? Like anything you're looking forward to? If you don't mind sharing.
It's probably gonna. I would think it'd be heavy laden on PS5, just so they can over-promote the heck out of that thing. Makes me wonder if at some point, the next, I don't know how many more of these they're going to do, but I wonder in this one, if it's like a monthly thing for State of Play, I wonder if they're going to tease what the price would be for at least one of the consoles. I doubt it since it's so early, but
it was
would not be
available to
surprised.
pre-order on Amazon the last time we actually talked about this, and they never showed like a price tag for it.
I wonder that's kind of the way to get you to pre-order is if well, I would.
Oh,
think
it's gonna be
this.
this. It's gonna be the same like that with Xbox Series X. That's
True.
It's gonna be the. They're both gonna do it. So it's not like they're just gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be one-sided. Excuse me. Which obviously it's going to. They're gonna probably do like a both ends. See, like, oh, they're gonna be in the market to compete with one another. So if you guys want to tune in to State of Play, so it's going to air on obviously on Twitch, on YouTube. PlayStation's going to hold this. So the time of that's going to be 1 o'clock Pacific time and 4 p.m. Eastern time. So basically it's going to air in the afternoon, late afternoon on the East Coast for those who are on the East Coast. And there will be no PlayStation Studios update in Thursday's episode, and there won't be any hardware business pre-orders or dates either. So the focus is squarely on showcasing some cool upcoming games coming to the broader PlayStation ecosystem. So that is confirmed. They're not going to show anything about that. So I bet you they'll probably do like in a separate like sort of PlayStation Direct when they can. I think they'll probably do it like maybe around like October, maybe early November at best. But my expectations for it though, I mean, we were talking about like the Avengers for like earlier. We were talking about like the beta for that. Maybe they'll have some info on that. I might be wrong, but if they showed on, I wouldn't be surprised. Like third-party titles, I think, because Avengers isn't really like first-party anything. It's just like it's Marvel, they own it, so it's. I mean, I guess you can kind of put as a. See, that's what I'm kind of confused about. Like I can never really. I mean, Nintendo is just like. First-party content publishers, I know what they are. No question about that. But PlayStation's kind of like, different in a way. Because you never know what's first-party and third-party. But, I don't know. I guess I could count. I might be wrong, though. But, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But
I mean, with Avengers, the most intriguing part about it, other than the fact that it's the Avengers, and people are still, like, riding the high of the end of, Avengers Endgame, which was a movie series that I still watch almost religiously just because I just love that series.
You just binge watch. You were on that family movie night yesterday. You were on
the last 2 weekends, man. It actually was on TNT. It was Civil War, and then after that was Infinity War. But then it's like they didn't show Endgame, so I'm like, oh hell no, we ain't gonna end the night with that. So I asked my son if he wanted to watch the last one, and yes, he is 5.
Wasn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp like on after that?
No, it was actually a TNT series they were debuting. Weird, freakish series. So.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Because after that, because I remember after Infinity War, I think Ant-Man and the Wasp came right after that. That was like part of the story also.
In this series, they had a couple of them that were between Infinity War and Endgame. It was Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I believe Captain Marvel, not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Because you still have that stuck in your head.
Yeah, Miss Marvel. But yeah, can I get back on the point of what we were talking about earlier? With Marvel, I think the most intriguing part, other than the fact it's the Avengers, is the fact that they have co-op play in that particular game.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's going to be the biggest intrigue with their beta series, too, is that. So I'm wondering if they're going to try to hype that up to get people interested, because it's PlayStation beta exclusive for the first week. So I would think they would kind of tease that. Mm-hmm. Probably not make it too heavy laden on that gameplay, but more so about how they get the exclusivity rights to the first beta. Maybe just tease that so people get excited about it. I don't know, but I would not be surprised they did talk about the beta come out this week.
Mm-hmm. Which actually, speaking of third-party content, I wanted to touch up on this too. I know this was actually announced. Like I know this is kind of like PlayStation related, but Cuphead was dropped on PS4. They actually finally announced the port to PS4, so they actually have that on there. And there was maybe I might get it. I don't know. It's like I don't know how much does it cost. I think it was like $15 in the PSN store, somewhere around there.
Wait, Cuphead?
Cuphead. It's the
Cuphead. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's the Cuphead and Mugman. Mugman, I think that's the name of it. But yeah, Cuphead is so popular, but it's it has a lot of rage moments, but I don't know if I want to put myself through that torture. Maybe I do.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, because it's everywhere now, because it's on Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Like, I don't know. Would it be worth it though, just to have me rage on stream, just yelling out F-bomb? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that up. I'll put a poll out on
personal experience. No.
I'll probably put a poll in chat. I'll put a poll.
Oh, you know a couple people who like to see streamers rage and be like, yes, do it.
Yeah, I'll leave that. I'll leave it up to fate. I will. Yeah, like I said, I'm not against playing it. It's just me raging. That's gonna be the problem.
But is Mama Pug ready for that?
Oh, I don't think she is. But yeah, just a reminder about the State of Play. It airs August 6th, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can watch it live on Twitch and YouTube, and it's going to be 40-plus minutes long. So, bunch of third-party and indie titles. That's going to be the theme behind it, so don't expect any first-party bombshells. But
yay.
Speaking of like, you know, stuff going down with on the Nintendo side, because get ready for this. We got we got some BS stuff happening on 4chan, which I actually saw like a leak on Twitter, which was not surprising that people would actually leak this stuff out, but somebody said on 4chan that there's going to be a direct on the 17th of August, and this is just like rumors and hearsay. We'll talk about like what our thoughts about it here in a few seconds, and I do want to actually touch up on what was said here. So, this person said, I want to make it clear that I don't have all the details. I don't know if this is a mini or a regular direct, as I've only been made aware of a few games that will appear. So anticipated games like Bayonetta 3, Pikmin, or the rumored Mario collection that was, that were, never mentioned to me. So I don't know if they'll appear in this direct or not, unquote. And they actually lighted up some things in green text, which supposedly there's rumors of dropping, which is the games that were mentioned in green, which means this guy's predictions will, or maybe according to his case, it's possibly confirmed in the next direct, but we don't know about this for sure. Sports Story, which obviously is a sequel to Golf Story, a new game by Square Enix that will release exclusive content for the Switch that will be shown. It is called Zatara, and no information is provided on that. And there is a new Nintendo IP being worked on, and the most information that apparently has this game involves, amusement parks, and apparently this person was saying no release dates on that yet. And they also mentioned that Nintendo Switch Online isn't adding any new library of games, but something that seems like a new reward system would probably involve missions. And the next thing they evolved was just Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborhoods, Super Mario 3D World will have a deluxe port release, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered, Challenge Pack 7 for Smash Bros. Ultimate, and a possible actual official trailer for the Breath of the Wild sequel. And a Metroid spin-off is being revealed, no Metroid 4 announcements or updates. And I can tell you this right now, because I want to talk about these sort of things. I can tell you two things that are not going to happen in this so-called direct, and these are kind of like the easiest ones, at least to me. The Challenger Pack 7 for Smash Bros. Ultimate, which, number one, they already just announced a Smash Fighter not too long ago, so I highly doubt they're not going to show anything, Smash Bros. Related. The second one being, of course, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, obviously the iconic Zelda game on the Switch. This is probably one of my favorite Switch games I've ever played. And like I said, there has been nothing on that, and I haven't really seen any sort of update whatsoever. And if Nintendo would have, all of these updates would have occurred and been confirmed if Nintendo would have at least updated something on a direct. So that's at least to me, that I know both of those things are not true. That won't be appearing in this so-called direct. So, what do you think, Matt? I just find this tweet to be flat out BS, because I just don't trust 4chan at all whatsoever. It's just not my thing. I mean, if you trust it, hey, more power to you, but I just wouldn't do it.
I was tempted to do a video, and I decided to opt not to do it. But do you recall hearing this guy who'd post something on a random, like, Reddit-like thread about a potential new couple of DLCs for Pokemon Sword and Shield?
I mean, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to data mine information. That's basically what they're doing.
That was just, oh my
supposedly
God.
data mine. Like, there's at least two things to me that I know that aren't gonna happen. Is the Smash? It's just the Smash Brothers Ultimate deal. I mean, maybe I could see because everybody's talking about, oh, they need a new Metroid game for Nintendo Switch. This is gonna be it. The spin-offs, like something, anything. But I don't know. It's just they had to, at least as of this moment, they had to get a new team to like start up Metroid, like an actually new development team to actually create the supposed new game from scratch, though. But we'll talk about that here coming up in the near future. But yeah, Matt, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, it's fine. That basically was where I was going with, is that it's pretty funny how these rumors come about, and especially with that Sword and Shield update, where it was like 2 different new storylines that they all of a sudden come up with backgrounds. The detail, I'll give them credit. The background that they created for the storylines for these particular, I guess you could say, not really DLCs, but more so like extra story, extended stories to it. I guess they would consider DLCs 3 and 4.
Wouldn't that be DLC though? If
it would not be DLC, no. If anything, it would be a sequel to it.
Okay.
It could be considered a sequel, but what they were doing is kind of giving backgrounds to characters, but also, if I can pull it up here.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you as you're pulling it up. I'd rather play. I can't even talk. Pay for a DLC on the same game with like a new story and everything than rather play like an exact. I mean, Pokemon Emerald were like, kind of like the remakes for Gen 3 on the Game Boy Advance. Like those were like that, and Platinum were actually the ones I did enjoy. But to me though, I'd rather pay for DLC that is just like on the same game rather than pay for like a sequel of something else or an exact iconic thing like of the same thing. Like Pokemon Sun and Moon, for example, they kind of like the first 2 games sold out, everything was great, and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon though, it was exactly the same thing except for like 2 or 3 parts that were like different from the story. And I'm kind of picky when it comes to these video games like that, but this is just me talking. I just prefer paid DLC on the same game rather than buying a new one, because with paid DLC, you're getting like an expansion pass, which is like the Pokemon Pass was $30, I think, because I already pre-ordered that day one, obviously, because I have everything. But at least to me, though, it's just I just don't see myself buying a sequel for like, or an exact same copy. Just imagine if it was like Pokemon, Red Sword, Blue Shield, whatever the remakes not the remakes, but whatever the exact copies that they make for the game. And maybe if they might change the story, maybe, which is the only thing I'm intrigued about, because if they change the story, cool. But other than that, like if I was to like pay for that, that would be like the only thing I'd be interested in. But to me, it's just no. It's just I wouldn't do it. I'd rather pay for DLC. And a lot of people don't like that, but hey, what can you do? Such is life, right?
Yeah.
Such is life.
I can't remember exactly what the thing was called. If I find it, I'll throw it out there. But
where was it at though? Was it on 4chan? Was it Reddit? Was it like?
No, it was just some random thread some dude threw out there. I guess
just to look for clout. Oh my god.
Yeah, and some people were just. I think it was kind of for clickbait, and they kind of the person that revealed it was saying like, now keep in mind this is strictly rumor, but then of course the clickbait was saying DLCs 3 and 4. Are you kidding me? And we're like, oh.
Yeah, those were bot accounts being like, oh, I'm excited for it.
There we go. Okay, so it was. I think the DLCs they were trying to. They were saying that they were names of, could we getting like a DLC 3 of the City of the Scepter and Ruins of the Throne? That's let me see if I can.
Low key, that actually doesn't sound like too bad of DLC titles, but I just can't unless Nintendo actually confirmed it, like or Pokemon Twitter actually confirmed it. I wouldn't really take a look.
It was a random post though, but if you
think about you have to send this to me. I need to take a look at it.
I'll have to because it's at least 3 posts long and it's pretty. The detail.
What were they writing? An essay on this?
No, the detail these guys put into this thing, it made it sound so legit. Like, wow, this is actually sounds like it could be a thing.
Have Game Freak hire them.
Right? I mean, I was looking at it and like, wow, these guys need to hire these people stat, because their creativity and the relating to the Sword and Shield franchise and their storyline is pretty damn on point. Like the City of the Scepter, Rooms of the Throne. I think what I'm saying, like the first is about a huge city on land, on the clouds, and the other one is about an ancient submerged kingdom ruins. And I'm like, damn, this sounds so good. But then you remember, you kind of remind yourself on, okay, well, it's actually not, it's not actually true. It's just a post.
Yeah.
But just hearing like the City of the Scepter, and it's like you think it sounds more like not a DLC, but more so a separate game, just based on what they have by itself. And they mean.
I mean, that should be part. That should be part. If it was like a DLC expansion pack, let's say like 1 and 2, obviously Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor, that would be DLC pack 1. Have like DLC pack 2, like, cause that wouldn't be a bad idea. But like I said, I need to know if Nintendo or Pokemon or whatever, whoever's on the Twitter account, if those titles were like, we need to see trailers of that, cause that would be pretty dope, at least to me.
And it's pretty funny that they put this out there, and Crown Tundra hasn't even been released yet. I mean, we know when it's going to happen.
They'll probably drop like a trailer for that, like when the release date's gonna happen, like a little mini thing.
Well, we know based on our pre-order that the release will be sometime in November-ish.
Yeah, like
now it doesn't mean that it's actually going to be in November. It could be a little later or earlier. Who knows? But if we kind of go off what we had with the last DLC, last DLC said it would be releasing in like, what was it, June 30th, and it actually came out in like June 12th or 15th. But,
yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, but yeah, people have been going nuts over this, like this fan made thing where that's like their first, like they're saying like, oh, it's Pokemon Crown or no, Pokemon Scepter and all these other things that people are throwing out there now. It's getting hilarious, actually.
Pokemon Hammer. Hammer and Scepter.
I'm Pokemon hammered.
Oh my god. I'm in the front row and I'm hammered drunk. Okay, not to quote Ricky Bobby or Cal Naughton Jr. or anything, but yeah. I would. You definitely, like I said, definitely need to send me this link. I'm actually kind of curious just to look at it.
I'm trying to find the actual the link to it, but I'll send it to you in DMs. But that's just kind of where I was going with it, is the fact that it seems so silly that people
it's so
are
silly, but
clickbait out there.
Yeah, it's so silly, but everybody thinks it's true though, which is insane.
The Scepter and the Ruins of the Throne, the 2 different DLCs, and
actually, Ruins of the Throne actually sounds like you could like go to like a Egyptian temple or something to have like a legendary Pokemon. Which, like I said, I feel like Crown Tundra kind of took that, but I don't know. Like Ruins of the Throne would actually look like something, like a ancient king Pokemon or something that ruled over ancient times or something like that. I don't know. I'm not really a good story writer teller, but I could imagine myself like seeing that sort of thing.
If we had time to talk about the entire breakdown on the podcast, I'd do it. But like I said, it's literally like it's 3 posts long on this random site. I think it's like a NY.
If there's a breaking news thing, I think we'll definitely like touch up like a lot about this, honestly.
Yeah. It's a person that I think that the page is like a Pokemon ED and EP or whatever. So it's some random thread. It's not an actual like verified thing. It's just
it's not on Twitter though. It's just
no. But this guy posted this on Friday, July 10th. So it's a recent post.
Okay, so this is just a while back then. I got you.
When you read this detail, just look at the detail this guy puts into his.
Look at the retail and the detail.
Yeah.
That'll be an extra $30.
He puts into it. It's just wow. Like you said it perfectly on point. They should hire this guy as a writer, because if they try to make a 3rd or 4th DLC, which they won't, but if they do, this guy's story sounds like it could be a really big hit, just based on the story and the history of it. It touches on actually Rose too. As well. But I'm gonna pop that link and send it to you in DM so you can take a look at that at your leisure. But yeah, that's where I was getting with it, is that kind of land of story that comes on. You're like,
Yeah, that's
sure, okay.
Yeah, it's just one of those weird stories that it takes a minute to like get it inside your head, but then you actually think about it like 5 minutes later and just think, oh, this isn't a bad idea. I'll have to take a look at this low key. But anyway, moving on here. Speaking of basically what we're talking about with the creative minds, this actually was I was actually looking at a Let's Play on this that. This is Zelda related though, so this is basically this was worked on for like quite some time. It's basically a ROM hack or a Legend of Zelda mod that Kaz made. I apologize if I butchered his name wrong, but he's a Nintendo 64 modder and he uploads. He actually makes a lot of modded games like Mario and Zelda and all that. And the game that he made, this actually looks really, really good, like for like Nintendo 64 graphics and cutscenes and all that. It's called The Legend of Zelda: The Missing Link. And now what this is, it's like a fan-made game, obviously. It's a mod. It's an Ocarina of Time mod, which picks up shortly after the Ocarina of Time and before Majora's Mask. So it already implied that Link had essentially come directly after from Hyrule Castle back to the Kokiri Forest to try and find, Navi, the fairy, which is obviously an Ocarina of Time, your partner for for pretty much throughout all the game, though, beginning through end. And the missing link shows us Link as I'm not going to go into too much of the detail, which he arrives in a very different Kokiri Forest, which is only a smaller portion of a large forest, Ocarina of Time. So, like I said, it could easily be basically talk about certain stuff and all that jazz. So there is clearly something different in terms of the health of the forest. So, and not to sum up too much of it, I don't want to spoil it for anybody that wants to play it. So the trees are basically dying, and it's conveyed to which is obviously much more duller, more earthy in a tone that, of course, like I said, the forest is dying, which is basically, the plot of the story is that the fairies are being kidnapped and taken by someone and taken deep into the forest, into some sort of dungeon, and they're feeding the fairies to some sort of demonic forest spider creature sort of thing. So that's just a interesting tale of the mod, which actually I looked at it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I looked at the detail and what they put into that. It looks not for a 64 game. That's pretty good. That's a really good mod, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have to look it up. I'll have to send it to you. Like, I think the gameplay for it, and this was actually dropped like a week ago. I looked at the gameplay because they said the gameplay was around maybe 3 hours max. If you speedrun it, you could probably get done with it like in 1 hour. If you speedrun it, because I know speedrunners will probably like find ways to like speedrun games. I think you can get it done like in 1 hour.
Yeah, it does look really, really good, just based on the pictures I'm seeing from that link. No pun intended. But yeah, the trailer too, like the actual the title itself, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of those things you gotta actually download like the certain, which is kind of weird. I actually tried like modding, like patching the link with the, no pun intended, with the original Ocarina of Time, like a spare like ROM file, just to patch it up with the link in the website. I just don't I can't get it because I haven't had the right, like, not the serial number, what do you call the ROM numbers, like ID numbers? I guess you gotta have a certain ID number in order to patch the right one. I don't know, it's just, I gotta look more into it. They might have a pre-patched one, like, when they come out with it. I don't know, blog I actually do want to look at. There's a lot of good Zelda, Legend of Zelda mods, like, out there, like, modded ROM hacks. And same thing with Super Mario. It's like, there's a lot more Mario ROM hacks than there are Zelda ROM hacks, but there's, like, a mix of stuff between the two, which, I'll definitely have to take a look. I'll definitely have to play that, like, put it in the queue.
I don't know if they do this for... It seems like they do this not only creators going like, hey, look at me, I can make this amazing mod. And we benefit from the fact that they're trying to, be a maker of a new game, but man, seeing the details some people put in this stuff, it's like, man, why do you not have a job with Nintendo or this agency already? So
everybody
good.
was saying that in the comments. If you actually looked at it, like actually looked at gameplay footage, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Fallen Angel's in the chat. She says, hello, Mattman.
Well, hello there.
Yeah, I've been kind of chatting like back and forth with her. Like she's in the chat watching the stream right now as we're talking about the Legend of Zelda mod, The Missing Link. So if you guys, I actually have the website in order to actually have you guys look at it. So if you guys want to go take a look at the link here, it is right there. So it is right there if you guys want to go look at it. So I actually find it really, really intriguing, though. So I definitely will try to get that down the line from now. But one more part of the PlayStation stuff before we actually go on to some sports here really quick. So, real quick, PlayStation 4 controllers will work on PS5, however, but not with PS5 games. So if you wanted to play a PS4 game on your PS5, you can actually hook up your controller to it. But you cannot play PS5 games with a PS4 controller. So I forgot to mention that in there as well. So you guys didn't know about that? Yeah. I mean, that's like definitely, you just hit it right on the nail with the head. Marketing ploy. That's basically what it is. They're trying to make you spend money.
As well they should.
Money, 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 money. That's the name of the game. Like, money is powerful. Very, very powerful. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to touch up on that before we moved on to another big story going on the sports side, which, of course, does involve MLB Major League Baseball postponing Field of Dreams game after 13 Cardinal players and staffers tested positive for COVID-19. So, 7 Cardinals players and 6 staff members, of course, adds up to 13, which tested positive for COVID-19 since causing Major League Baseball to postpone the team's 4-game series against the Tigers. So they basically, August 13th game versus Chicago White Sox at the Field of Dreams' move site has also been called off and been pushed to 2021. So this is getting out of hand, though. You're getting a lot of these games that are postponed, and you're getting like games like people to like players testing positive, staff members testing positive, and it's not just for like baseball. You see it like happening with like with basketball a little bit, maybe hockey as well, but Major League Baseball is kind of like on the the ass end of things when it comes to COVID-19. I'm being serious. It's like it's much as like kind of a weird way to put it, but it's true though if you think about it, because everything is just MLB this, MLB that, and you play outdoors, you got to travel a lot, you got to stay safe and be careful. But I feel like at this point, if this just keeps up with COVID-19, I feel like they should honestly just shut it down. Like shut down the entire season, like for good. Like just for everybody's health concerns.
I mean, every day it seems like somebody's star is opting out of the season. Cespedes opted out of his contract.
Oh yeah, I was just mentioning that too.
It's like all these people are opting to, like, they played a few games and they're like, nah, I'm good. Like Lorenzo Cain of the Brewers also, he's like, nah, I'm out, I'm good. Seeing this mass, I guess, explosion of coronavirus cases too. I feel like it's really, I think it's just some people becoming very complacent because of the fact that they feel like, well, you know, we're doing good so far, so I'm gonna be complacent with my, instead of sticking to the policy, I'm gonna get lazy for 5 seconds, and sure enough, that 5 seconds can spread coronavirus, no question.
Yeah, I noticed with certain baseball games, like I've seen a lot of players take off their masks just to like spit out sunflower seeds or whatever the case, or chewing tobacco for that. Now that's kind of like unhealthy at this moment in time, especially with like all this this pandemic we're kind of living in. Yeah. That's a big no-no. You're not supposed to do that. It causes not just more problems though, but it causes more risk to have these players, you know, catch COVID-19 even though they don't have it, you know.
Wasn't that banned though? Like anything spitting related?
They haven't
like
banned that. They should have banned that, but honestly, they haven't really have touched up on it, honestly, because You see a lot of baseball players still do that. Just like they don't even think about what's going on around them, and all of a sudden they just take off their mask, and all of a sudden, and then you kind of know what happens next. Like I was trying to do a spitting impersonation, but I didn't want to do it on here for like family friendly reasons. So
Hawk Patui. There you go.
Yeah, Hawk Patui, exactly.
But it's not just that though too. It's also in addition to COVID-19, which is the biggest problem, honestly. But because the fact they had such they did a spring training and then they did this speed up, slow down, take a break for a while, and then speed up again in 2 weeks, and all these pitchers are getting hurt because they're not used to taking 2 weeks to get ready for a baseball season. They're used to like a whole entire month of kind of like slowly progressing up, and now you're seeing a lot of pitchers are getting hurt. They're needing Tommy John surgery. I mean, the news just I don't know if you're going to talk about it, but like an hour ago, they just announced that Shohei Ohtani was diagnosed with a strain flexor in his pronator mass. It's like a grade 1 to 2 flexor mass strain, so he's day-to-day on their team. But that explains why he was coming out of the gates really slow, coming off of Tommy John. Can you imagine having Tommy John surgery? The surgery is probably one of the most like freakish surgeries you can have for a pitcher. And then someone's asking you, hey, by the way, I want you to rev it up and be ready for the season.
Having Tommy John surgery is like no matter what age you are, it's not fun. I can imagine it's not fun at all. Like it doesn't matter if you're young or you're old or if you're kind of middle, like kind of in the middle, whatever. It's gonna take a toll on you throughout your entire career. Like Tommy John,
proof of it.
Yeah, Tommy John. Literally, it's the bane of all baseball. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, some cases, if you're young enough when you get it, it can be actually be a good thing for you. But then, other times it's kind of like, I don't know about this. It could be a really bad thing.
Like health reasons, like everybody's opting out of the 2020 season just for those health concerns, and that's completely understandable. Like especially with what's going on in this world today.
Yeah, and I mean the only one that I've seen has been for non-health really, well, kind of, sort of, but more so, I mean, Trout going to, a shout-out to Mike Trout for his wife successfully giving birth to their son, Beckham.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations to them.
But he's on maternity leave right now, and I wonder how long he's going to stay on it. I would not be surprised if it's for a while, just to make sure his baby is healthy. And
just take the entire season off.
Take the entire, I would not be. I would
have done like the same thing. Like if I had a child for the first time, I had a baby coming through, especially in this tough time, I would like take the entire season off if I was one of the not even just Mike Trout, but like at least one of those athletes. I would be taking so much time off, like just to make sure my baby would be healthy and ready to go, because that baby would be priority one.
I was going to say, not to mention the fact that as a pro athlete, too, you're gone for, let's say, 3/4 of the year. And this is a really crucial time to bond with a kid. So, I mean...
And we're not talking about injuries either.
Nope. This is a perfect time for him to bond with his kid. And the Angels have already told him that, hey, if you want to take a week, if you want to take a month, hell, if you want to take the entire year, we don't care. It's your kid. You take as long as you want. I mean, he's invested with them for the rest of his career, let's be real. So, I mean, one season's not going to make or break the guy. And I'm pretty sure all the fan base, if they're smart fans, will know that, hey, you know what? It's twofold. He wants to stay away from coronavirus because of the baby, and he wants to bond with his baby. So...
And I respect that. 100% respect. Actually, no, I take that back. Not 100%. 150% respect that.
If tomorrow he calls out and says, you know what, guys? I know I was going to stay here for the 2020 season, but I'm going to opt out of the 2020 season to keep my baby safe. I would be like, you know what? I respect you still. I don't care if you come on the field or you stay off the field.
Let's just say, like, if Mookie Betts wanted to take some time off, like, just to go, if you had, like, a kid or something on the line, that's totally fine. I get it. I understand that. Like, you have family to take care of. You just want to make sure you don't have COVID-19 going around and all that jazz. And it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. I mean, this is just for any player, too. Not just for, like, all the star players, but anybody. Definitely anybody. But, yeah, that's just...
For COVID, though, COVID's a big factor. Don't get me wrong. That thing is severely affecting the season. But then it's like you're seeing these pitchers like blow their arms out or get. I mean, you saw what happened with Corey Kluber. Kluber, who was supposed to be the big acquisition for Texas and their ace, basically, and be a reason why
I think the Dodgers are trying to go after him a long time. That was like a long time ago.
And then look at him now. He gets his big. I mean, I can't forget. Forgive me if I forget the injury, but it's enough to make it to where Texas said, you know what, we're just going to put him in the bullpen. We're not going to risk it. And it's just wow.
The irony behind that.
So good thing LA didn't get him. But just seeing all these pitchers, and I understand that I actually have quite a few former MLB players who are now radio hosts and color analysts or whatever. I've said it straight up that you can't sit there and tell a pitcher who did spring training for a full month, then took an entire couple of months off, and then tell him, hey, I know you took a break for 2 months after you've already gotten yourself in game shape, but I want you to rev it up even faster for 2 weeks. Get into game shape. Let's go. A pitcher will look at him going, are you freaking joking me here?
Health concerns, man, especially if you have like an injury or something personal, then like...
As much as I want this season to continue, I'm kind of with you this rate. I think it's not going to happen. Too many cases are happening. I think if the commissioner doesn't, if it gets like this again, if another one of these humongous outbreaks happen with a team, they just need to shut it down. You tried,
this is me. This is me though saying this. Like, if the Dodgers didn't make the postseason this year, I wouldn't really care. Yeah. Like, even if like world championship or not, I still wouldn't care. Like, there's a lot of situations out there, like with every single team in Major League Baseball that's having problems, and they're still playing these games, and it's kind of taking a mental toll, not just a physical state, but a mental state. It kind of like affects them as well, like from a mental point of view. Which, like I said, I would be perfectly okay if they just like shut down the entire season just for health concerns. That's just me.
Well, I mean, selfishly for me too. I mean, I see that basketball and hockey came back just recently, so that's going to be a good distraction. But then I wonder with basketball, since it's so hands-on and so like people are naturally always doing the lick their fingers thing when they get the ball. It's only a matter of time before basketball players start getting hit hard with that. COVID-19.
Like I don't know why they would even do that. Honestly, that's just.
I mean, I think because the way hockey and basketball are doing it is kind of smarter because they kind of got the benefit of the doubt because. They had to where their postseason was about to happen within a month, and teams were pushing to make the postseason. And the way they've done it, kind of like hockey is done, where they have this like quote unquote round robin or series like thing. Hockey has it to where the lower tier seeds are actually doing a best of 5, and whoever gets the first 3, obviously in a best of 5, goes on to face the next qualifier, and they kind of make their way up, whereas the other top 4 teams are doing a round robin against each other to see who seeds the highest. So they're playing it smart. So I like their format.
Exactly.
Baseball's, unfortunately, they're trying to mimic that, but it's just, I would never have thought, if you told me of all the sports that had the most outbreaks of COVID-19, I would not put baseball at the top, just because of the fact that the 6-foot rule. They're not close to each other. All 6 feet apart.
Here's the thing though. I'm actually going to disagree and go the other way around on here.
Talking about the dugout part.
Yeah, the dugout. Exactly. Yeah. We got to remember the people that are in the dugout too, because they're kind of
I was going to get to that too. And I think that was going to be my exception to my thought process. Like, I can only see the only reason that happening is again with the people being in the dugout, not listening to rules, spitting on things, doing their routine high fives by accident. I mean, we saw the other day where I saw a highlight reel of some guy helping a guy up with his hand, bare hand, not a glove, but his hand, hand-to-hand contact with the guy, helping him up, instead of going, oh, oops, I can't help you, my bad, because of COVID.
Amanda actually made a good point in the chat, said, yep, way too many, just because of the basketball people are in a bubble, still don't prevent them from getting it. Then if one gets it, then they're all going to get into that bubble, which is like a giant bubble. That is a perfect example.
Yeah. I mean, basketball is probably at the top of my list of sports that's probably going to get an insurmountable cases of COVID-19 just because of what their routine is and them being in a bubble together. Ice hockey, I don't think COVID-19 has been proven to be ineffective in cold weather. I think it's going to get you no matter what.
Oh, yeah. But cold weather, hot weather, it's still going to get to you.
And I do like that with that sport they have so much padding, but I don't think that COVID-19 is padding. I don't know how I would put it. Somewhere where padding doesn't affect it because it's sweat and all this nasty stuff that gets on your pads. I mean, they have to literally like disintegrate every single germ off of those pads every game. I feel bad for people that have to do their laundry.
Oh yeah, I mean I do too.
I hope because I'm a big avid hockey fan, as you guys know. I really hope that hockey of all the sports does not get canceled and they can have some, playoff hockey. I mean, my Kings are not in it, and I'm good with that. But seriously,
hey, at this point, even if I did, I wouldn't really care if the Lakers made the playoffs. Honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it's not just basketball, hockey. Yeah, like even football is kind of like that's been kind of like in the mix of talking too. Like say if they're fans of their teams and the season probably getting shut down and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I just wouldn't want the NFL to go on. I mean, they'll maybe do like the Hall of Fame or something. That's fine, but
yeah.
don't have any seasons going.
I think I don't know, with Brady's last season, probably his last season of his career with the Tampa Bay Bucks. That's just me saying it out loud. It just sounds weird.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like they actually have not say have a legitimate shot of making the postseason, but actually winning their division if the season goes on. That is, but
yeah,
I could definitely see them like competing. Between him and Drew Brees, that division battle is going to be intense with Brees and Brady going at each other. But so that's going to
be insane though. Can you believe
battle the old timers?
And this is a huge if Tom Brady somehow leads Tampa Bay to the Super Bowl, he would be a multiple Super Bowl winner with the Patriots, and then be an NFC Super Bowl winner with the Bucks. And I don't think that's going to happen, but anything can happen in a COVID-19 season. You never know. A whole team could have their all-star team just completely obliterated by COVID-19.
Didn't Joe Montana win one? Well, I know he won like a bunch for the 49ers, but didn't he win one for the Chiefs also, or am I thinking like something else?
No, I don't think he did.
Okay.
I know he played for the Chiefs, but I don't think he won one for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Kind of like Brett Favre, where
I think you're right
he won a Super Bowl with the Packers, and then he couldn't do it with any other team but the Packers. He came close to the Vikings, but he couldn't do it with anyone else.
With your boys, the Vikings, he did.
Yeah.
Almost did, but almost, as one of my PE teachers used to say back in high school, almost means nothing. Still means nothing.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Bam, exactly. But real quick here, I know this isn't like sports or video games related, but this has been quite the interesting conundrum going on. I know we don't really talk about politics, but the big thing going around the world is that President Trump saying he's going to ban TikTok in the U.S. if it's not sold by September 5th. This is so stupid. I mean, I'm personally not huge on TikTok, but I know there's a lot of people that make a lot of money, like, partnered up with TikTok, doing, like, funny videos and all that. And again, I say this from, like, a personal standpoint. I'm not really huge on TikTok, but if you like TikTok videos, more power to you. You're more than free enough to watch them. That's just me saying it from, like, my experience, but... Oh my god, I just feel like we live in an environment, well not an environment, but we live in a world where America's just, I've said this before and I'll say it again, America's just one big reality show, and the whole world is just there to watch us, just to basically to laugh at us and watch it and everything, all that.
Yeah, I honestly, personally do not have a TikTok account. I know that makes so many people so sad to hear that.
I mean,
there have been some streamers that actually have made their name on one TikTok video. I'm trying to think of the girl who, she's a very cute girl, but she became extremely popular with her Bernie, I think it was something Bernie. Video where she's wearing a Bernie Sanders shirt, and she wasn't even doing anything political. She was just doing a song with a Bernie shirt on, and it became so hot and popular that people just loved it. But yeah, go ahead, Kyle. You were gonna say something?
No, but I was just saying, like, I don't know. It's just I just don't have any thoughts or words behind this. It's just like, I mean, I want to say something, but the words won't even come out. That's like the whole point of this like topic here. But oh my God, it's just
sad.
this is
Sad,
we live in since 2016. We've been living in a really sad, like sad environment. So yeah, as I said earlier, unless Microsoft or somebody else is able to buy it on September, because if you guys don't know, TikTok is actually Chinese. It's like a China made from China app that you can download and you can like watch videos and all that and do all these sort of fun things. But
my question is, what is his opponent saying? Is his opponent saying, if you elect me as president, I will keep TikTok around?
To be honest, supposedly like this whole thing with Trump saying like, oh, this is the Chinese virus, which everybody's been, because anything like Chinese
Wuhan
stuff,
virus,
yeah, like I understand what this is trying to do, but I don't understand the purpose. But it's not going to do anything. I mean, obviously TikTokers are going to obviously fight to the death over this, so
yeah.
I don't know. It's just going to cause more problems, and I think like I said, I'm not really the most political person out there, as you would say. A lot of young voters who actually do watch TikTok videos to get their entertainment, I feel like Trump is just setting himself up, like digging deeper into a hole every single time. Like it's digging deeper.
To be reelected, yeah.
I think I feel like this just made it worse. Like, especially on this behalf. And I'm not saying that I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, I'm not anything like that. I try to stay away from that stuff. But I just feel like from on the fence of like both sides, I feel this is more hurting him than it is helping him. And this is just speaking from it. He doesn't realize it. It's more about his ego than anything else. Like, oh, I want to ban all this stuff, so I'm this Lord and Savior, and all of a sudden, like, it's just making it worse on the situation, because it's going to get younger voters that watch this just to go out there and vote, obviously, for Joe Biden. It's just going to make things worse.
The younger generations, the younger of us at least, that are very popular on the old TikTok scene, or even streaming-wise, will sit there, and if they have a channel they don't mind talking politics on, they'll spread to every single kid out there and go, let me enlighten you on this guy Trump, and then they'll go with that, because they may not be into politics as much as certain people are, but then they'll go off the word of mouth off of a streamer that they love, and that they consider kind of a not so much but best friend in their life.
Oh yeah.
And they'll go, oh yeah, what he says is gospel, and he says Trump is bad, I'm going to vote against him. So
yeah, but then you have people,
you're so right.
people actually still stand up for Trump, though, which is kind of, saddening, to say the least. Which I do know somebody personally, but I'm not going to say their name, obviously. I mean, a couple people. Too. Yeah, Matt knows. Yeah, family. We're not going to leave. We're going to leave family stuff, like personal stuff, off stream, though, because the podcast is not. That's not why the podcast is. Here we're here about having fun, having a good time, talking video games. I don't know. I just kind of positive vibes, exactly. But I just kind of ran out of things to talk about. I just wanted to bring that up because it just kind of made me laugh and chuckled when I saw that. I'm just like a little bit like it's funny, but I also feel bad for the. Like I said, people make a living off TikTok, like to make money.
Nico.
Yeah,
that's it. Nico's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the one that did the video with the Bernie Sanders shirt on. She became extremely popular off that TikTok video.
Oh yeah.
So, gosh.
I mean, I don't know who the person is until you said something, but yeah, I can definitely say not just her though, but like anybody else can. Me. But yeah, there's gonna be a fight to the death on TikTok. I mean, I've seen maybe a couple of TikTok videos like on Twitter, like not a lot. Like I won't download the app though, but I mean, I understand like. A TikTok is like everybody's saying like TikTok's like, oh, they're trying to steal your personal information, all that. I mean, I guess that is a positive thing on why it's trying to get banned in the United States unless Microsoft buys it, but I just feel like it's gonna piss a lot of people off, like just banning it in general, like the younger generation especially. That's what the message I was trying to get at here. But
yeah,
like I said, we're the laughing stock of the entire world. That's a fact. That is a fact.
Yeah. That post just kind of emphasizes how much of a laughingstock we are.
Exactly. But anyways, anything else you wanted to add, or you want to call it?
Well, I know we're a little teaser for, I guess, the next podcast show about our top 10 PS4 or PS3 games.
Yep, and we have another sports topic we are going to talk about on next week's show, but I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger and leave you guys on trying to guess on what it is. Matt did send me to this in the DMs. We will definitely talk about it next week for sure, because I have it on the list.
If you smell what I'm cooking, right?
He's already given out hints already. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to the podcast, and if you guys did enjoy it on the Twitch side, be sure to drop a follow for the live side, and for the YouTube side, it's going to probably be up by most likely Wednesday, because usually Wednesdays are like the on-demand version of the podcast, the edited and versions and all that. So if you guys want to be on the lookout for that, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, so you guys know where to find me. And with that being said, until next week, for the podcast-wise, #Pugbark, and for Twitch streaming, I will see you guys tomorrow, as always. What game we're playing, I don't know. A little fourth wall break, but we'll play something. I just don't know what we're playing, but hopefully hopefully the friends are on. We'll definitely have some multiplayer fun and all that jazz. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. #Pugbark. Bye!